Hello, Monsters Band here, and welcome to a brand new campaign playing the Vampire Counts, but more specifically, the Red Duke. And there he is.
You dare?
I do. Yes, I do. So the Red Duke used to be a Knight of Bretonnia, well-known hero, and when Araby, which of course doesn't exist, it's not a conspiracy theory to say Araby doesn't exist. Do you see Araby anywhere down here? I do not. Anyway, so Araby invaded Istalia and Tilia, and they sent out a call for help to the Empire and Bretonnia, and the Empire and Bretonnia sent down forces to assist, and the Red Duke was known as Ilsif by the Arabian forces for being such a devastating warrior. Unfortunately, he was cut down during a battle in Araby, but Abarush, who is the blood dragon guy, he's like the chief blood dragon, he saw what a good fighter he was, and he went, holy shit, that guy's great. So he went in for a little vampire snog, and as such, once the Red Duke was, interred, because he died, he didn't die for long though. You can't keep a good man down, especially if he's a vampire. And so he popped back up. Unfortunately, during the short period of time he was died, his brother had basically usurped his dukedom, and so he went on a little bit of a rampage. That was fun. Anyway, he's back now.
This better be important.
It's fairly important, yes. So, I'm using Mixu's Mousillon mod, which makes some changes. Also allows you to, for one, it gives you, Bretonnian-looking spear boys and Graveguard, which is pretty cool. And you also get Bretonnian-looking Black Knights, which is pretty cool. You also have special units and buildings, I believe. So we get an Unholy Field Trebuchet. Neat. That's fun. A little bit of artillery there. We've got some damsels. They're looking a little bit worse for wear, aren't they? We get some peasant bowmen. We don't get things like the Terrorgeist. So we won't get the Terrorgeist or the Black Coach. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. We get Grey Men. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Don't know. Looks exciting, though. What do? They're amorphous. Oh, what does that mean? Eh? And an overwhelming odour. Well, I know how that feels. Okay, so haven't left the house in a month. So we're obviously focusing on knights and stuff, which is quite neat. And of course, we got options for artillery and all that kind of stuff. We also have what the hell's this? Snails and frogs are the only resource that's actually going to give us some early money. Holy crap! Is that only for this? Doesn't think so. Huh. Okay. Do we get the other buildings? I don't know. I haven't played this mod much. Okay, well, exciting times. So, let us raise the dead, get some more skeletons, because skeletons make the world go around. We've got tech as well. There's a few more techs available. So we have the unification of Bretonnia. That's how you say words. That's good. So that's going to give us some nice big diplomatic relations with people. So that's fun, isn't it? Dread Crusades, that's fun. Dark Temples, Corrupt the Lands. We've got Delusions of I think those are ones we've got already, aren't they? Pass, not sure. So we're going to start off by going with City of the Damned. Get that one, because of course Mousillon is known as the City of the Damned, because it's poor and filled with vampires. That's probably why. So our army starts off with 3 units of Black Knights. We've got a Vargulf as well, and a couple of Graveguard there, which is probably fine. The Red Duke is the Scourge of Aquitaine, so he gets upkeep reduction for Black Knights and Blood Knights. He also gets bonus versus infantry for cavalry. But that's the charge. So I was looking at isn't that the charge sign? It's bonus versus infantry for cavalry, movement speed for cavalry, and melee defense for cavalry, which is all very nice. Also starts off with the Armour of Fortune, which is pretty good. He gets the Blood Dragon skills, as you would expect. It's got the Blade of Leaping Gold, which is actually quite nice. Get the Armour of Blood, which again, pretty nice. Can't go wrong with that. Gets some regeneration as well. Lance of Bretonnia, which is going to give more speed and charge bonus to cavalry units. The Ordo Draconis, which I think Blood Dragons get that anyway, don't they? Not 100% sure. So I don't think he gets many sort of spells that are particularly used, but I do think he gets... I don't think Blood Dragons get that many spells. I think he's got the whole range of spells here. I could be wrong on that, but I think that is accurate. So, good. Okay, so far so good. Also, the faction bonuses of the City of the Damned. Mousillon is the smallest, poorest, the most cursed of the dukedoms of Bretonnia. That's something you put on the sign when you're going into town, isn't it? Mousillon, Most cursed city in all of Bretonnia. Lovely. Garden City. Stands in the mouth of the river Grissamere, surrounded by swamps. It seems to be slowly crumbling back into the swamps, but it somehow still survives. Oh, that's nice. So that's going to enable recruitment of certain Bretonian units, give us public order, reduction in penalty due to presence or lack of corruption, and also Black Knights, Blood Knights, and Damned Knights can use lance formation. So that's exciting. So,
what you ask is impossible.
is it though? We have Leonesi here, led by Bianca Babinieu. Well, she's in my way. First battle of that campaign smell. For that first battle. It smells. First battle of the campaign smells. See, that did it. It's good. It's fine. So we can see that our skeleton spearmen look very Bretonian, don't they? That's quite neat. And of course the zombies over here. They are, well, zombies. And then we've got the grave guards. So they're like, you know, little skull faces dressed up in chainmail. That's fun. And then of course we have the Black Knights currently heading around the flank of this little Bretonian force, led by a prophetess of beasts. Some smelly peasant people there with spades. Good, they can dig their own graves. So our knights are coming around the flank, meanwhile our infantry is going to engage them, and of course we're just going to charge in. They do have some Knights of the Realm over here who are probably the nastiest unit they have, so we need to deal with that. I mean, having said that, they're not great, are they? What's the realm? Are they Bretonians? Oh well. There's some battle pilgrims over here who are actually quite nasty. Taking a little bit of fire as our Black Knights move around the flank in lance formations. That's going to give them more charge speed, charge bonus, and acceleration. So the charge bonus. I mean, the charge bonus isn't great because they're not really charge. Shock cavalry, I should say. They are more like melee cavalry, so their actual melee attack and defense is actually not bad. We're going to send the Red Duke in to take a punt at these knights. You can see he's already killed quite a few of them. He's killed 2. Didn't see what was coming, did they? Get him, buddy. You got this. It's fine. Meanwhile, we've got a couple of units of peasant mob milling about as our infantry charges in. The Vargolf smashing his way through the front line. Then our knights are charging in. Peasant mob taking a lot of damage very, very quickly there. But then, of course, they're peasant mob. That's just what they do. Our Vargolf is jumping up and down on peasant infantry. And the zombies are getting stuck in as much as they can. They're not very good. They're zombies. They literally, like, come apart. Look at this guy, bleeding all over the place. How does that even work? You're a zombie. Our knights now charging in to assist the Red Duke surrounding the Knights of the Realm. They're not having a good time. Of course, they didn't get their charge bonus, which means they're just being cut down pretty quickly. Red Duke up to 20 kills. All of them, of course, knights. You can see what his damage value is. 402. Not bad. Especially against this army, which is, let's face it, complete trash. Our knights now running down anything that looks a little bit vulnerable. And the prophetess trying to buff up her failing troop line. Oh dear. She's got like bird bones. Flew fucking miles, got bounced off. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not looking great, is it? You're having a bad time. You're having a bad time. The knights running down the last few units. Some peasant mob rallied and came back. It's unfortunate for them. And then finally, the archers being chased down. Well, wasn't that good. We'll take the replenishment.
Follow me.
Well, now, we are also at war with Bordeaux.
I am a lord of Bretonnia. Never.
Some random guy there, I don't know who that is. And
What do you want?
we can't reach Lyonesse in one turn, which is a shame. But what we can do is we can park ourselves here. And do we want more of them? Probably not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to merge my zombies. And we're going to, you know what, merge the skeletons. And get some archers. That's what we're going to do. So let's start off by getting the hunger, because that's going to be more useful than anything else. I could upgrade to the men-at-arms. I just don't know. Wait, do you...
I hunt.
What's that? What's this? Hang on. What's this ability on them? I can't tell. I can't see what it is.
Times.
Next to the expendable. What's that? Don't know. Okay. Well, I guess we'll find that out once we've recruited the buggers. But we should then be right next to Lyonesse. Which is fun. Now, there's slight issues here because we're right next to the High Elves, which could potentially be a problem. But I've also got another mod which will make AI Confederation much less likely. And I'm hoping that's going to stop the big blocks of factions, sort of particularly the dwarves, from blobbing up and just becoming a friggin' nightmare. So, what is this? Mutant. Ugh. Okay. Mutants are shunned by so-called civilians. Okay, so they're mutants. Fair enough. We've got 11% physical resistance. That seems quite strong, but okay.
It is forbidden.
Okay, can we just march in here? Is this going to be an issue? How much of a garrison do you have? Pyrrhic victory. Holy crap, really? I don't think you can kill all of them. Frankly, we're taking this city not a moment too soon, because the workmanship of these fences is abysmal. We're going to bring a breath of fresh... Well, no, not a breath. We're going to bring new things to Lyonesse. Obviously, we don't breathe. We're dead. But that's not the point. It's better fence making. And if that's not a reason to let us in, I don't know what is. The walls are defended by... garbage infantry. Good old Bretonnia. That's right. The faction with the glittering castles. Literally the worst at defending them. Because their knights can't be bothered to get off their fucking horses. We're sending zombies to attack this side of the wall. I was trying to draw off some of their troops, but I guess they saw the zombies and were like, it's fine. So we'll let them just do their thing. They do have a couple of units of foot squires. They might be vaguely a problem. They're not a problem. They're the only bonus they have is their armor piercing, and that's about it. Infantry climbing the walls. We've got all of the Black Knights, the Red Duke, and the Vargolf. Trying to kick down the door. You can see up to 41% damage there. It's not going very fast, but we will get through eventually, with any luck. Our skeletons are amongst the living. They won't. Little trick. Shooting up onto walls is hard. Shooting across them, however, much easier. So if you have a part of the wall like this, get your archers, put them like facing this way, and you then cause a lot of damage as those missile attacks land right in amongst the enemy infantry. You can see doing a lot of damage there. Yes, 1 or 2 shots are hitting my skeleton spearmen, but the skeletons, who cares? Gates up to 6. Nice. Oh, 70%. No, that's not nice. Now have lots of skeletons charging up the wall, taking that gatehouse, and the zombies sort of now moving towards... How do zombies climb ladders? Just normally? Well, they do look a bit derpy, don't they? Fair play. That's, you know, that's... Like someone had to specifically animate a zombie climbing up a ladder. And good job, that person. Zomballs are meandering their way towards the spin, just to tie them up, basically. That's all we need. Just to give them a little nibble. Gates almost down. Looking good. Continuing to hack our way through that infantry. Getting the upper hand. As soon as the gate's down, though, this battle is effectively over. The battle is effectively over. As our knights come streaming in. Not much really to stop me, considering they're all busy trying to defend the walls, which means there's only a few units hanging around. Kind of these just the foot squires, really. It's just the one unit of foot squires. That's just two. I think it's 2 units. Is it 2? 3? 2? Here comes some zomballs. Don't let the zombies bite. But of course, that's not how zombies work in the Warhammer world. So, there we go. Red Duke charging in to the foot squad. Is it? Are they, like, contagious? They just get raised. I think they just get raised, don't they? Red Duke carving his way through. Reinforcements arriving as the knights then add their charge. Smashing into those foot squires, sending them flying. Our stats are actually a lot better than the Black Knights. Than the foot squires, I should say. I mean, they've got slightly better melee attack. That's about it. But these guys do have armor piercing. We don't. They've got quite a lot of armor. And so I think they're losing decisively. Combat even. But we're going to cycle charge, because that's, you know, what the cool kids do, allegedly. I'll try anyway. There we go, sending people flying into buildings. They're routing, which is perfect. Just need to get rid of these squires. Then I'm going to send the Red Duke in to fight. Is it Adelaide? Adelaide? The Lord. We're going to send him in to fight the Lord because you may have noticed the Lord is actually unbreakable, so we're going to have to kill him. So we're going to send the Red Duke in for a old-fashioned duel. Oh, it's going to be hot knights on vampire action. Gird your loins, because it's happening. The last few units of peasants are dying on top of the gates. Nowhere to run to. The undead clawing their way. And the city is lost. They've got a prophetess. She's being pummeled into the ground by the Vargulf. The enemy general doesn't quite know what he wants to do. I'm sending the Red Duke around to meet him, but then he decides to go the other direction. So he's now coming down here, which is a bit of a problem. The prophetess is dead. The rest of the enemy army is now fleeing. But of course, this guy is unbreakable, so he will literally just have to be killed to win the battle. So we continue to hack down the fleeing units, and we're gonna jump the Lord with everything we've got, just to keep him busy while I bring the Red Duke in to have our duel, because you know that's the cool thing to do. The Red Duke, you know, blood dragons like their duels, don't they? Because they're trying to. Is it they drink the blood of dragons and then they don't need to drink blood anymore? How much dragon blood do you actually need? Surely one dragon would be fine for like quite a few people. They're quite big, right? Like, how many dragons do you actually need? 3? 3 do it? Feels like that'd be quite easy to do, actually. No, 3 dragons. I fought a stack of dragons once. It was a fucking nightmare. But there was probably enough blood in that lot to do all the vampires. That'd be fine. So here we go. We've found the enemy lords. Get out of the way. Go on. Get your big furry ass. Okay, here. Right, no, that's the wrong... No, not you. There we go. Right, okay, here we go. Oh, look at this. Climactic battle for survival. The Red Duke buffing himself up. Magic's fair play, isn't it? If he had magic, he can use it, but he's not using it because he doesn't have magic. But if he did, I mean, he was also getting shot by archers, and I'm going to stop those archers because that's not fair. That's not fair in a duel. And, yeah, I mean... So this goes on a while. I might jump to the bit where he just explodes. Should we do that? Because it's literally just these guys just hammering away at each other. Takes a little while. I'll be back in a second. So a stirring battle has taken place, but the enemy lord is about to fall to the Red Duke's skill of slapping each other with swords until one of you explodes. There we go, he exploded. We have a winner. Alright, he was quite a tough nut to crack, to be fair. Now we could subjugate them, but I'm just going to occupy it because, you know, it's a capital, innit? A serpent arrives at court. Malobard, or the serpent as some call him, has arrived to the ducal palace of Mousillon. He has planned for uniting Bretonnia under Mousillon's rule, but needs our help with his quest. He has told us about certain contacts of his that would be able to convince to help us if we agree to help him. Shall we accept his help, or shall we show him the door? Yeah, let's get him. Get him in. Get him in. So, we now have several special characters that will join us if we do certain things. So, the Knight of the Black Grail, Sir Borgas. The truth about Borgas is bleakly mundane and no less horrible than the wildest of tales. He is a degenerate and a cannibal. And he has turned the watchtower of Barrowcare into a monstrous charnel house. Borgas resides alone in the watch house. Occasionally he summons a peasant from the village to turn the spit to perform some other chore. The summons met with fear and horror, but always obeyed. The peasants live in fear of Borgas, but they dare not say a word against him, or especially against Morovesh, since Borgas is perhaps the only person in Bretonnia who considers Morovesh to have been a great and noble man. He sounds fun, doesn't he? Sir Eustache. Need to move any character. Gisero. So Eustache was marked out from a young age as an exceptional warrior, the son of a minor knight of Mousillon. The young Eustache was sent to the court of the Duke of Gisero, where he could hone his potential as a knight. As a knight-errant, Eustache rode the heaths and marshlands east of Gisero, where many battles have been fought in the past and where bands of orcs of the Grey Mountains still preyed on the commoners. Among other heroics, Eustache took the head of an orc chieftain and was still renowned in Gisero as a relentless knight and true master swordsman whose skills confounded even the most experienced of Gisero's weapon tutors. Now years later, betrayed and abandoned by his former duke and brothers-in-arms, Eustache has fled to the most forsaken, least honourable place in Bretonnia, the home he barely known, Mousillon. And we got Lady de Oisement. Nicolette still lives in Oisement, although from the outside the blocked-up windows show no sign of life. Nicolette is by now very old, but her constant exposure to dark magic has given her a sinister, youthful appearance. Hauntingly attractive until you get close enough to see the tight, leathery skin of her face and the jet black of her eyes. She still dresses as a lady should and conducts herself like one best as she can. But her lack of contact with other people has made her unable to muster anything more than cold politeness. She has deep-seated dislike of other humans and far prefers the company of her acolytes, who by now are dry wizened drones, respond instantly to every wish and never speak. Though Nicolette has several acolytes at large in the old blood hunting down occult tombs and magical trinkets, she believes all knowledge ultimately comes from within, to be unlocked by introspect and experimentation. Get 70.5. Weirdly specific, 70.54. Okay. Forge a defensive or military alliance with any faction to get Sir Orcassin. Orcassin's family has resided in the Chateau Hain for generations, and the chanson of his family is amongst the longest of the whole of Bretonnia. His ancestors fought for Maldred against the king and against the Duke of Leonesi for Merovich before that. Although proven in battle, Orcassin's family is mostly noted as patrons of the arts and exemplars of courtly culture. And Orcassin himself is Mousillon's most cultured noble. His court, held in the handsome Chateau Hain, includes poets and artists to entertain the nobles who come to visit. Orcassin is a hub of Mousillon's noble culture. He is also an irredeemable evil blood-sucking fiend. Well, no one's perfect. So, we have... So there is Sir Borgas, Sir Eustache, Sir Orcassin, and Lady Nicolette. So we need to do certain objectives to complete that. So that's exciting. Let's get the Restless Dead, because, you know, movement. We've got a couple of wharfs here, which is actually really useful for us. So what can we build in Leonesi? So we have, obviously, that's fine. Damned Knights of the Realm, that damned questing knights, that's exciting. We've got Blood Knights as well, we've got the Mortis engine. We don't have the Terrorgeist. And we don't have Vargeists either, do we? That's going to be a blow. Because they're very useful. But we do have some artillery. And missile units. And of course doggos. So, you know, it's all good. It's fine. I can live with that. Money-wise, we do have this building here, which makes us about 300, which is actually fine. I'm pretty happy with that. We have the Necromancer's Tower and the Vampire Keep, which of course are our main money buildings. Absolute bastard that they are at rank 5. To be honest, I think this is the reason that the Vampire counts are a little bit underpowered at the moment in campaign, and it's because their money-making buildings are at really high fucking ranks of growth. A settlement rank. And the problem is, of course, they nerfed growth, didn't they? And that means it takes longer to get here, which means they don't have as much money. Which is a bit of a bugger, really, if you think about it. So we're going to get more money to start off with.
More sleep shines.
I mean, we're looking pretty good, actually, all in all. I'm pretty happy. Now, who are we going to fight first?
I will hold my hatred for your people for now.
Uh-huh.
Speak your words.
Non-aggression pact?
Absurd.
No, it was kind of a blind hope. Okay, Sylvalia quite likes me.
Death, greetings. Thou stand before the rightful elector of Stirling.
Well, your grace.
You dare.
And...
Excuse the tomb breath.
Oh, well.
No, I disobey.
What about a military access?
Never.
No? Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Obviously, you know, vampires are bound to be slightly distrustful. Do we want more Black Knights? I feel like yes is the answer to that. I feel like yes. Also, we've got new regiments of renown, haven't we? So we've got the Dreadwings, who... What are they? What are they? Can't see. We've got the Doom Relic of Mordrak, Ghosts of Glenbore, Bastardiers of Chalons, the Hungry, Midnight Ravens of Rackard, the Rose Lances, Silver Shriekers, Sylvanian Handgunners, and okay, so the handguns and crossbows we are aware of. And of course we've got the Blood Kiss. We've got a special one, the Fallen Knight. Bretonnian knights talk of being visited by the Lady of the Lake in the dream. Only this lady is clad in dark robes and offers a grail full of blood-red wine, explaining that she must prepare the knights for the blood they shall soon be called upon to spill in her name. Most do not drink. Most, but not all. It's going to give gifts of the Bloody Veil. It's going to give us an increase in tax rate, which is quite nice. Casualty penetrate, that's quite nice. And all Vampiric Lords start with a Barded Nightmare mount, which is a bit meh. Never mind. So... Oh, we've got Maloboard. So he's basically Mordred, isn't he? So if you know Arthurian lore, he's Mordred. You know what? I actually... My parents live still near... And I grew up near a place called Slaughterbridge, which is supposedly where... that battle took place, the last battle between Arthur and Mordred. That's supposedly where that took place. Hence the name. There's an Arthurian centre there. It's very expensive and not worth it. So there we go. There we go. Now you know. Okay, good. So we could recruit him. He's a serpent, so he causes fear and fighting against humans, weapon strength and fighting against humans, and he gets honour or death. Fine. Obviously we won't recruit him right now because it's a teensy bit expensive. I don't really like Zombles. I'm going to come out and say it. I think Zombles aren't worth it. They're just garbage. Okay, I'm going to get one more of those. One more of those. And we could get some live boys. But you can't buff the live boys. So I'm just going to do that.
I will not betray.
Oh, and we've got a guy. He's an aggressive necromancer. Fair enough. That's one way to do it, I guess. Just be angry at everyone. So more charge bonus, more melee attack and weapon strength. Good. That's really going to come in useful for the weak-armed little shit. Okay, so Cassian, you're going to come and join us.
Very good.
Because I need some more magics. You've got a little backpack there, which is a man's torso, which of course is the best. I mean, it's quite an emo backpack to be carrying. I'm gonna rename you to Thyrus the Cursed. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Okay. So far, so good. Now, who are we going to attack first? That's the question. Obviously, growth. We could go for Castle Artois. Obviously, kind of want to take Aquitaine, don't we? Because that's our homeland.
This better be important.
That's kind of our homeland, so that's kind of what we want to take. We're also at a war with them to start off with, so it might be a good idea to bop them early. Plus, of course, you get the extra money from that building. It would kind of like give us a long empire to start off with, especially bordering the High Elves, which is not necessarily a good idea. But that garrison is garbage, so I reckon we can take them. So, let's get rid of you, because
What do you want?
you're crap, and we'll get you. A little bit of public order problems there due to lack of corruption. Oh, provincial instability, which will fade after time. You're liking me more, which is good. What about you? You're liking me a little bit more as well. Treaties with the Barrow. Do I have treaties with the Barrow Legion? I've got non-aggression. Okay, good. So that's good. That's good. That's good. We've got some treaties with them already. We just need to beef that up. Need to get a military alliance. Need to send some to Gisero, don't we? Oh shit, yeah, we should do that. Because then we'll get some more. Anyway, we've got Mousillon is a cursed realm, a crumbling city surrounded by stinking marshes and swamps. A land that is shunned by the rest of the country, said that in a doom-laden land the dead walk of the dark and empty streets, and that all manner of unnamed horrors lurk in the depths below castles, and that the night is filled with screams and laughter from beings no longer of this earth.
More sleep shines.
It's a party town. I wonder,
Yes.
can we lure in
Agreed for now.
whoever this guy is? I don't know what his name is. Can't see it. Let's get economic investment, because that's obviously important when you're dead. See if we can lure in this no-named random knight. What we could do is... Okay, first, let's upgrade you. Basically, I need him out.
I am a lord
As
of
soon as he
Bretonnia.
leaves, I
Never.
can swoop in and take his town. But while he's sitting there, it's going to be tricky. I mean, I could just attack, but I would prefer not to have to attack with the garrison on top. But what we're going to do... Here's the plan. The plan is, we recruit this guy.
Darkness. My bloodline calls.
So, you have the Serpent, which is nice. Do you have skills? You've got Unyielding Will, Charismatic Leader. So this... Oh no, these are new skills, aren't they? Chance of vacillating a faction leader after defeating their faction leader. Okay, it's only if he's faction leader, though. Serpent Strikes, Duke of the Damned, Fanatic Peasantry. Places Mutant, gives you damage resistance. You get the Chalice of Melfleur. The Banner of the Serpent. Ooh. For that we get Hippogriff, look at that. Look at that. Alright, fair enough.
This better be.
So, we're going to basically use him as bait.
Better be important.
We're going to stick him out near where whoever this guy is nearby, and then we'll just basically ambush him. And once we've crushed that army, then we can easily finish him off. Am I going to take attrition? Oh, I'm going to take attrition, aren't I? Okay, you come here.
Follow me.
I don't like taking attrition, but
Strike out. Good.
needs must.
I will not blight my soul.
No funds. Oh shit.
I am ready.
You're very expensive, and I don't think you're worth it. But you do give me siege attacker, so I'm going to get rid of... Oh, you're quite expensive, and I don't think you're worth it either. I don't think I need the Graveguard.
Now.
I just don't think they're going to be... 2 units are just not going to be that useful. Okay, let's see if we can lure him in. I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful. I was right to be hopeful. I've succeeded. Hooray, Pyrrhic victory? Nah, I don't know who this guy is, but we can easily kill him. I don't really want to waste my knights dealing with enemy knights, but it's probably the best thing to do to lock them down. So the first thing we've done is hit their knights with our knights, and then came in at the rear with the skeleton spearmen, which is then locking those knights into combat. You can see they're desperately trying to break out of that encirclement, but it's just causing them a lot of damage as they desperately run hither and thither, trying to break out and failing. And they're now being cut down quite nicely, actually. Our archers are cutting down the enemy archers, just filling them full of arrows, while a unit of our knights sort of chases them off. Keeps them busy. These knights now locked into combat as well, and over here we're dealing with the enemy generals, which is this guy, I don't know who that is, and of course Daniel Laharco, the famous paladin. Now we need to deal with these archers, rout them, and then concentrate fire on the back of these peasant mob to cause enough damage to break them. Dealing with the knights, of course, is super important, because these guys could be a major pain in the arse. But so far, we've dealt them very, very, very easily, actually. They're just trying to break out. They're trying to escape, and they're just suffering so much damage doing it. I mean, some of the unit have actually managed to get away, but they're just getting shanked in the back while they're desperately trying to break out of that. So, well done there. Spearmen as well, not letting them get away. This unit, though, has managed to break out, but they've suffered. I mean, we've wiped out 2 units, maybe 3, and 1 unit is reduced to half health. So pretty good for dealing with the most potent units in that army. Archers now focusing their fire on the back of this, but you can see these knights having broken away successfully are now charging in, and that's not ideal for us. It's going to be nasty. That charge bonus is huge compared to my black knights. However, we will lock them into combat, although this peasant bowmen are probably going to take a lot of damage while we do that. Missile fire, though, coming into the rear of this infantry and causing it to rout, which is nice. Malobab is... Malabud? Malabid? Hurry up. He's taking his bloody time, isn't he? Holy shit. Holy shit, is he taking a lot of time. Right, okay, good. So we just have this little blob here. Spearman really left to deal with. The enemy general, some no-name weirdo with a trident, fuck knows, I don't know, is getting pummeled by the old Vargulf. Unit of knights actually breaking away and trying to get a charge off, but just gets stopped at the last second. I think it was trying to charge with the Graveguard and failed. So we're going to be able to surround them and cut them down. And our knights, a little bit battered there, but now circling around behind this little blob. And going to get a really nice charge in the rear, while our reinforcements are still friggin' miles away. Ooh, lovely. And that's going to cause a bit of morale panic, which is going to be enough to cause them to break down to 33. Not as bad as I thought, actually. They're still holding on. We're going to lose a unit of skeleton warriors. But it looks like army losses. They've suffered a lot of damage. You can see that. Yeah, there we go. They're wavering. The entire army is wavering. And there we go. The army is defeated. And this means, hopefully, we can chase them up and finish them off. Good. Lost a unit, but I'm pretty happy with that. What did we get? Oh, we got hammer and anvil. Fine. And so we got income from vampire crypts and okay, that's fine. I'll try some drop charts. We got a war banner. Feasting on the small folk. Vampire within your dominion is needlessly feasting. Okay, so we can take her lands or piss people off. Gonna be honest, -5 isn't really going to do much, so good.
Do you take me for a
So you've retreated. We can... That will fill out our force. We can do something like that. And then we can bring you here. No, yes. Get over here.
March.
Good boy. Right, and you are going to get Invocation of Nehek. What I want is Master of the Dead, rank 4, but that will be fine for the moment. Ooh, Raise Dead would be good. Even if it's just zombies, that'd be excellent at a siege.
I am a lord of Bretonnia. Never.
I think this is the best chance we've got. Although our army is wounded, this is definitely going to be the best chance we've got to take Wardlow.
Darkness comes.
So we're going to go for it. It's a ballsy move. It says close defeat, but I believe in our boys and ghouls. Get it, girls? We don't have any girls. It's all boys, probably. I mean, you can't tell with skeletons, can you? Well, you can, but probably not. These skeletons, they're spearmen. They're probably not girls. I don't know about the Vargolf though. Could be Bessie. Maybe we need to rename her Bessie. We've got Mullabad as well over here, so he could be a hand. He could be a little help, couldn't he? Because he gives damage resistance and... Okay, that's nice. I'm sure you had an effect as well, but I can't see one. You get the hunger. I mean, overall, it's fine. And I can get... You know what? If I give Unbreakable to you, then basically, you'll never die. Well, you will. You will potentially die, but you'll never crumble away. I could actually give it to the Vargolf. But the Red Duke's probably more important. So let's go with that. Let's take on whoever this, some nameless knighty guy, I don't know, and his little garrison. And that's going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.